Hey there guys, I hope you're doing well as ever. It's your boy MikeyMegaMega back at it again with another Sandman reaction. We are finally on the long awaited episode 4, A Hope in Hell. Let's begin. Yo, look at those shots. Avernus, Tartarus, Hades and Hell.
If you don't believe in it?
Did you believe in it?
Just didn't expect hell to be cold.
So, do these realms exist and cause you suffering based on your own concepts of guilt manifesting as a hellish punishment?
They make you bring your own fire to hell?
You have to carry your own stuff. I don't know why that's so poetic. They've based hell on really bad airport service. So the idea of the dreaming makes perfect sense, like you guys have been saying. I didn't expect the realm of hell to be a similar reflection on suffering and that being a place you're sent to based on your belief or understanding of it. Oh, my slipper, good sir. Yeah, we do love Mr. Llewellyn. Oh, he's back out and released. Is he a dangerous force, though?
I'd be happy to take you.
Don't give lifts to strangers. I wonder if that's part of the amulet's protection.
My Rottweiler.
Ah, good girl. Good girl. Is the nature of the afterlife that you inter yourself to based on your guilt or your sins also based specifically on what your expectations are? Look at that. Bring your own fire.
We're not.
Bodies stacked 7 high into the mud. You need an invitation. So this is one of the shots I think we saw in the trailers, and there's something about the aspect ratio that they do to the Sandman in the wide shots to make him seem taller and leaner and inhuman and more. That's a great shot. I love how he just came out the rock. And more unhuman as a result of it. Oh, I love how the end of that shot froze on a still image so that it just looked almost unnatural, his return to the rock. These images are awesome.
Till the end of creation.
There's one at the door and there's room for one more. I like that.
I am the king of dreams,
Hell yeah.
ruler of the nightmare realms.
Oh, he shows off his darker side when he's in hell. He kind of like culturally puts himself in vibe. I'm the Lord of Nightmares and the Lord of Dreams. Yo, my boy Dream's got to be throwing it big round here. This particular shot right here, it looks like it's part of a stop motion animation for some reason. Love it for that. He's a little bit too slim and he's a little bit too tall. It's awesome. Okay, right, I just want to stop it right here, guys. This particular color theme has been reoccurring so far. You've got these kind of like rainbow hues, like light reflecting off an oil slick, but it's all muted. And even where it's colorful and bright, it's under a really dark vignette, right? Right, I've just got to go into my Netflix history now. This one's a bit more tenuous, but the previous episode, Baroque Church, with a shot that has a rainbow patina of colors, still under the heavy black vignetting around the side. In episode 2, I remember it by the windows of her house over here. Again, the light source is this rainbow patina of colors that they've matched tonally coming out of her window. Again, these are the lighter areas, but the entire tone of the shot is really dark. And then at the very beginning of that episode, we've got a range of colors coming in, but even though they're the focal, they're still pushed back. So actually, I was thinking that this was in episode 1. Maybe I've got less of a point to make. Other than that, so far as we've made it to episode 4, the theme isn't like a set color range. That is like the tonal color theme for the films, like how green was for the entire Matrix trilogy. But instead, the color theme is an entire rainbow, which has been muted down with a load of dark multiply overlays. So all of that under this soft lens just ties everything together, even though visually we're going from the dreaming to reality to different people's concepts of afterlife and hell. So here I am hoping that John is actually going to interact with people and have a good life and be good in return. Kind of possibly not going to happen.
I think lying is maybe the worst thing you can do to another person.
The key to 95% of all of the world's problems is rooted in a lack of proper communication. Yo, I'm so wise. Wow, thanks for coming along.
And arson.
that and the arson. I think she's starting to regret giving him a lift. The endless ashes of hell. A cold place where you have to carry your own fire of punishment on your own back.
Morning star.
Lightbringer.
Morning star.
Lucifer. Little Horn. Ah, the old names are the best. Just in a basic storytelling point of view, it's good that he now actually has Matthew with him, because he's our surrogate audience character that Dream now gets to explain his plans to.
Last time I was here, I was an honored guest, an envoy from my own kingdom.
Yo.
This time I've invited myself.
Fascinating. Oh, lovely. So many forms of suffering. A forest of wailing.
This way.
This is the route that everybody's dad had to take to work if you listen to the stories they tell you when you were a kid. Man, you don't even know you're born. You got a bus to the next village? I had to march through the legions of hell to get to work when I was a kid. Mortal souls recognize him? And so what does he do now?
Yes, still love you.
He gives them a moment of hope. Even that is a blessing here.
He had forgiven you.
Oh, maybe I'm completely wrong. Who is she? Who is she? Who is she to him? Well, well. Hell is designed in such a way that even your walk through it as a guest is to bring you emotional suffering. John, could you stop terrorizing the women who are giving you lifts to where you want to go? That's not very woke of you, man. I was saying how I had spent my time murdering people I perceived as evil, their lies and their filth and their agonies. This is John's kind of update back out into the real world. He's getting a sense of just socializing again, or his concept of that at least, as a imprisoned, aged old young boy inside, who's not had to grow up in the traditional sense. And that leveling session that he's having right now is in the form of a poor scared lady who's driving him somewhere in the car. Yo, that's a fantastic shot. Look at that. What is all of that ember? Are they burning souls getting sucked out to somewhere? Nada.
First people.
The first people of 10,000 years ago.
She defied me.
Oh, Dream. He's got a nasty side to him, has Dream? Does hell bring out the worst in everyone? This isn't Dream of the Endless. This is Nightmare of the Dreaming. Oh no, he's about to play Dark Souls 3. Good luck, man. Actually, having just said that, this entire landscape is halfway between the ashes and burnt out misery of a volcanic hell, but also the fact that it's cold and that the fire has not been lit is like the end boss area in Dark Souls 1 where the kiln is of the first flame. By the way, guys, it goes without saying, thank you very much for joining me for this series. Click like, click subscribe if you want to hang out for a little bit more in the future. And of course, let me know your thoughts and feedback in the comments. I really appreciate you guys joining me along for the journey. Oh, that's good. Just a little bit of blood, mate. Okay, either my head is in the gutter right now, or I've been looking at too much HR Giga artwork as a kid. But tell me that this long vertical slit of an entranceway that is bleeding is not somehow reminiscent of something a bit more human, and that the idea of returning to the womb and the place of someone's birth as an act of comfort or deep-rooted human desire, like a primordial thing in psychology, tell me that is not being perverted right here and right now through this representation of the doorway to hell. That is really good. So my question is this a design that is happening right now in this show, or is this something that Neil Gaiman designed a while ago? Or do you think maybe I just need to get out the house more? That's also an option. You guys all told me about the lovely is it Gwendolyn Christie being Lucifer for this? I love it. Hey.
Greetings to you, Lucifer Morningstar.
Ah, the Lilim. I might be going off a false memory, but the people of the Lilim are the bloodline of Lilith, and Lilith is the second woman of existence, or one that Adam had a relationship with after Eve. Her calm cadence is actually incredibly threatening. I love it. Look at this. He's got an angry, and that face is both angry and smug all at once. Look at him. Hey. So one of my favorite representations of a kind of angelic or demonic character in general cinema has probably got to be Tilda Swinton from the Constantine movie of Keanu Reeves. The way that she is Gabriel in that is absolutely perfect. Look at her pantheon. She's flexing. Yeah, she is definitely just flexing on the Dream right now. And in fact, it's that same film where Lucifer is portrayed really well by Peter Stormare, the guy who plays a lot of like Russian characters. So Gwendolyn Christie in this design still has the mimic of white formal clothing, although hers is more stately to a different era. I don't know if that's like some chapel robe work, but she's got hardcore black wings on the back to just bounce with them. So the sand is for both his traveling, but the traveling of other things to him. Pretty good, powerful tool to get back firstly. Oh, and by the way, it's worth mentioning, a lot of you guys know your stuff about Constantine, have been kindly telling me about what that means here in Joanna Constantine. Oh, hello. he's just like, hey. But somebody who knew nothing about the Constantine universe before watching the film, I actually rather enjoyed that as just a movie in its own right. I thought the casting was great and I thought it was fun. And it was only afterwards, when speaking to proper hardcore comics fans, that you all explained to me that it wasn't very faithful, even if it was relatively enjoyable. One must play up to the entertainment of hell, the pantheon and colosseum of the demons. There is no gain without risk.
To represent myself.
Good lad. He's going for Jackie Chan stunt method.
You, sire.
Shit. Oh, that outfit change is fantastic.
Apologies, Dream.
She loves it. She's so down for it.
Let the challenge begin.
Yo, Lord Morpheus knows how to get suited up himself. So this is what I love. Obviously, we see him through this particular 80s new romantic emo form, but he obviously takes on many forms to many people. But interestingly, he also changes his attitudes and his attire depending on which realm's pantheon he is and which other kind of endless or godlike demons and angels he interacts with.
What would you like?
Fanta.
No, I haven't been out in the world for 30 years.
Oh, that's not a good sign, Rosemary. Call the cops.
Psychiatric.
No, Rosemary, come on. I'm so sorry, guys, but like her day is just going downhill so rapidly. Now, so far, we've only ever seen John's ability to kill others act as a form of self-defense via the amulet. So, with any luck, our lovely Rosemary will be okay, one would hope. Can he use it in an aggressive manner? Oh, no. That was just some guy, man. Like, I kind of let it go with the guardsmen, because the guardsmen have gone out of their way to restrain him for 30 years of his life. But that was just a dude, man.
Then I have no reason to hurt you.
Oh, God.
Give me one.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today,
Ah, Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Yo, they're going for a pep talk.
Matthew, I need you to return to the dreaming. I would not be able to leave this place. I would not have Lucienne left alone with no word of my fate.
Fair shout. He's learning from his mistakes at the very least. I'm glad that Matthew is like dedicated to Dream, but Dream has a point. Like, there was a lot of damage caused by his first leaving. Well, his imprisoning. I won't hold it against him.
As the challenged,
Love that shot.
I said, and take the first move.
Yo.
A dire wolf. Prey stalking. Lethal.
Hunter. Horse-mounted.
Oh.
Wolf.
Oh, is their combat a verbal form of chess? A battle of perception and conjuring ability, but more through the way of a game of tactics with real-world consequences? Like, I've just assumed they were going to fight in a giant arena or something, but they're beyond that.
Poisoned too.
Oh, wow, this is awesome. I'm sorry to keep stopping through this, but like, of course, that is how they would express their power at each other. Lucifer is the Lord of Hell, and her realm is suffering based on people's perceptions of what suffering would be. Kind of hinted at when he said that the people who go to hell are the people who believe in hell, right? And Dream is obviously, you know, every story and every idea into the reality of his realm. So Lucifer's concepts of ways of perceiving suffering and attacking with these different conjurings into the psyche of each other is matched and balanced perfectly by the way that Dream would actually conjure and manipulate from his own storehouse of human experiences to counter it. It's so surreal and awesome.
A butcher bacterium.
She calls upon one of the horsemen, falls upon the cast of pestilence.
Life nurturing.
Nice counter. Yo, they did it for this shot, definitely. Oh, it's you.
All things encompassing.
The way that goes down to a whisper.
Anti-life.
What is anti-life?
Dark.
Universal heat death. Matthew's coming in hard with the Christopher Nolan Batman attitude. You've got to be more than a man. You've got to become an idea. That way you never die. My name is Neo. Yo, that's where we were earlier. His very conversation with the woman in the cage. The idea of a moment of hope for her. Reflected later again in this episode. I like how this is written.
Coronson, give him his helm.
Oh, it's not in Lucifer's remit to allow hope to die, because the suffering of hell is balanced by people's very hopes that it might one day end or ease. And that is what makes the suffering all the worse, because people stay there to bear it. To truly give yourself over to the pains and punishments of hell, to truly give up all hope, is to just become dead inside, right? And that suffering has then less effect on you, less presence, and therefore less power for Morningstar. Oh, hey, thank you. And so the Lord of Dreams stumbles upon the one thing which has this value, the one thing that Lucifer won't allow to see extinguished.
Why should we let you leave?
Oh, Hey, don't be like that. Come on, Lucy. We're better than that.
What power would hell have if those here imprisoned were not able to dream?
Yo, that is bordering right on my own summation. Am I a genius? Sorry, I'm just kidding. But that actually all makes sense to what we've just perceived. And if an idiot like me can get my head around that concept, then this is brilliantly put together. Something tells me we're going to come across more of the bloodline of Lilith. Good job. That's 2 out of 3, my friends. Last office of station is for Ruby, so is he going to end up heading the same place that John is?
Publicly humiliated the ruler of hell?
Ah, so this is his more traditional look. I do like the fact that it's a cross between something that feels somewhat primordially voodoo in origin, and I am super vaguely aware that the term voodoo is kind of super inappropriate and a mishmash of completely different things in terms of how we understand the word, so I don't mean any offense, but like I want to say like there's something both voodoo and ancient, because it's like, you know, fashioned from bones, but it's also cast and riveted, so it's got like this steampunk aspect as well. And obviously, you know, it's the whole shape of insects and the medicine masks from ancient doctors and stuff. The idea that that's like a common representation of Dream as he travels, it's just kind of fascinating, because it has to be rooted in old, deep-veined kind of cellular memories of humanity. So the sand gives him the ability to travel. The helm is what gives him the ability to see, to locate everything. And the ruby is his rank of office, but also what grants other people the ability to bring the dreaming into our reality. Oh, yes! That's exactly what John said he'd done. Okay, great, now drive away. Back the car up and drive away. Don't wait for him, leave. Oh dear. Oh dear.
What are you still doing here?
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna regret this, but do you need a ride somewhere?
Here. Take it.
Yo. He's a complex character. So he's capable of benevolence, for want of a better words. The best bad guys don't perceive themselves as being bad people. Yo, guys, thank you very much for joining me for episode 4. That one kind of speaks for itself. I do get the feeling that this episode in particular was designed to be the really big standout episode. This is the one I think that they probably had the most fun kind of writing and making.
I am a universe. All things encompassing. All life embracing.
I am anti-life.
The way she delivers that line on top of that is, oh, Gwendolyn. Okay, guys, yeah, an absolute banger. Thank you very much for watching along. Click like, click subscribe. Tell me your thoughts of this particular episode in the comments. Very much looking forward to the rest of it, and I'll see you guys for the next one. Take care.